How are you? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Um, I know it's short notice, but when have you guys ever known me to really be on time for anything? I am taking up going back into the gym, so that's where I was at, and realized that, oh snap, this is running overtime. Um, I've really been on this mental health kick, which blends right into like your physical health also. Um, and had a nice little breakthrough. So I'm really kind of on that. So excuse me. Um, what's cracking? Happy Monday. You already know what it is. It's the biz, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Fishy Biz Aquatics. Let's get it on a Monday. Take away those Monday woes, case of the Mondays, and bring them on over here. Fishy Biz Monday night. Um, glad to see everybody chiming in on short notice. Honda Civic, Sandra Bennett, Monica Lynn, Larry D's Tanks and More. What's up, Larry? Arcas, what's cracking? Kevin C. Aquariums, appreciate you. Connor Sings and Pets. Even though I said I wouldn't be, I'm here. Thank you, Connor. That kid's a cut up, man. He's hilarious. Storm Riders Aquatics, aka Melly Mel. Thank you for coming through. I hope you got my email. Melly Mel. Monica Lynn's working out now. Perfect. It's beautiful. Brandon Weaver, thanks for coming through. Um, yeah, man. Monica says she's lifting tanks. That is a workout in itself. So upstairs. Yeah, go upstairs. Yes, and they're upstairs. It's my 2 year old. Bye bye. um. So yeah, look, I kind of got a couple of things to get to, and I don't know what order to go in. So I'm just start with this. Um, I have I've been kind of putting out some feelers about moving this channel forward more towards the classroom fish educating side. I think a lot of you guys may have known when I first got into the fish tubing. Before you guys maybe found out I was a teacher, it was a little bit more um, energetic, and that's normally just me. But it was mainly because I teach high school, and I wanted it to be a little bit more geared towards getting younger people into the tanking hobby. So what I've done is I've kind of put a couple of fillers out to have aquarium an aquarium what am I calling it, club. It's for after school. So students after school, and if they really don't go home after school too much, go upstairs. King, and if they really kind of feel like they kind of want to kind of get into it but not too sure, or want to know more about it, they can come to the aquarium club with Mr. Clark. And I will be kind of showing them the ins and outs, like a tanking 101, maybe a fish 101. I have several tanks in the classroom, and along with the platy guppy tank. I'm thinking about it. I have another one. So if I get into a lot more students involved, then we can start making some decisions, and I'll have them start making some decisions and taking over some of those tanks, possibly getting more tanks and newer tanks in. So I think that'll be really big on point, and especially getting some of these kiddos in there. Hey, boy, go upstairs. I'll come up there in a minute. Bye bye. Um, so yeah, so that's what I'm calling it. So actually today I put out some fillers for a couple of students, and they a lot of them were kind of all about it. And of course they want which one eats meat and which one does this and which one does that. Um, it's like we'll get into all of that, but you need to know the ins and outs first. You can't keep a fish like that without knowing what size tank, what type of parameters for the water. And so I'm putting together sort of a curriculum, I guess, maybe inadvertently curriculum. Curriculum really sounds like it's going to be daunting and boring. Um, but it's going to be more of like a how to, not for dummies, but like Cliff Notes, if you will, that has real facts. And I'm taking in ideas now, and I'm having people make donations to the classroom. I'm getting students involved. I want to get to be about maybe 15 to 20 um, students that can win or not win, but get giveaway tanks and fish and setups, and especially if they go through the little course that I'm going to lay out on them, and they come out on top, um, and pass with flying colors and really get into the hobby. And this is something that they really want to do, of course, with parental, um, um, parental consent. Able to get a 10-gallon, 20 long, 20-gallon tank, maybe in their room, or maybe they're able to upkeep it in the living room. Something that they can kind of have that's their own, and that they're going to take care of because they know how to take care of it. A lot of these kids, they don't know how. Parents haven't shown them how. Maybe parents even have um, tanks at home, but don't allow the kids to kind of feed them, or maybe the kids overfed them and now they can't touch the tank. Parents have fish that go on with other fish, and they not really, up on game. And so these students could get up on game, teach their parents how to tank, have their own tank, and kind of just bring this hobby and make it flourish. And they could see the same thing that we've seen in this field. So that's what I'm trying to take upon myself. I have actually shopped it to a couple of educators in the school who are all for it. They will be. They said they would aid me in doing something. We have a community leader that is actually building a community center. It's a like a almost a $3 million effort, and they're going to start breaking ground. And he has come to tell me that he wants like a full wall to be a fish tank, and he I don't know, 800 gallons, maybe 1,000 gallons or something. Don't know the specs yet, but I will definitely be taking in ideas. I'll be asking about a lot of different things of people who are very familiar in that field, which is mostly you guys, for some ideas and ways that you guys have made it work, and things that you guys have done right and things that you guys have done wrong. Maybe tanks that you guys have seen that big, what needs to be done, and try to make that happen. And in turn, we're going to get a lot of students involved, and possibly try to get scholarships somehow in there intertwined, especially with the at-risk youth, if they're able to, find some commonality and something that they really want to do. And we'll reach out to different schools and stuff like that. Like, this is like something big. I've never done anything this big before, and I've always wanted to be a part of something like this. So I think I have the perfect platform. I'm thinking that my students really trust me enough and have built that rapport enough for me to even speak to them candidly about this hobby and possibly get into it. So that's where I'm at with this. That's where I'm at with this. Uh, Fish Club. Where we at? Caleb's in here. Hey, Biz. I will not be live tonight because I have influenza. Oh, Caleb. Hey, y'all. Caleb's sick. Hey, get better, kiddo. Ugh. It's upper respiratory, right? So it's a like lung, nasally, head, nose, throat headaches and stuff like that. That's right. If I'm not wrong, I think that's right. Get better, Caleb. All right. No one. You already sound nasally. No one wants to hear the rest of that on your live. I'm just kidding, man. Get better, dude. Get better. Jeremy going wild. Thanks for coming through. Chewy, thanks for coming through. Larry looking at a new laptop. Gonna get one soon. Talking to 3K. All right. I think you may want to know one of my friends who has done research in Lake Malawi. Chewy, that'll be great. We can get that information going. I've got a couple of people even talking about doing field trips, possibly out of the country if this thing gets the traction that it may get, to take some students out there to see these fish in their natural habitat as like a study abroad type deal. And that'd be great to have somebody who has done research in like Malawi. That sounds awesome. Fishy Biz, join the fun and help out. This is Brandon Weaver. Do it for Caleb. 800-gallon display tank. It'll be epic, right? He's a biologist from Italy, says Chewy. Dude, that'll be. I would love to holler at him. I would definitely love to holler at him. Chewy, I need you to email me something real quick so I can make sure I have the right email. And I'm gonna give you my number. I want to talk to you. I think we need to have a dialogue. I think that'll be awesome. Shout out to Monica Lynn. Monica Lynn. I talked to her through Instagram back and forth, and she has bought some tanks and she is putting them up herself, and she's doing some really big things on her Instagram. And I've been talking back and forth with her for a while. Very, very cool young lady. And she has, when I was talking to her about the efforts that we're doing and donating and, getting even ideas on things to add into the curriculum or the the cliff notes for the students. She donated some funds, and I really appreciate her. So, Monica, thank you. I actually have the students going to shout you out because that'll be the first money that was donated to the effort, and I'm going to document what they get with it, and we're definitely going to put your name on it. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Another shout out, Susan for SLC Aquatics. Thanks for coming through. Yes, Chewy. So I will check that out. Again, thank you, Monica Lynn, for that. And like I said, I will keep you posted. It's going to be awesome. You already have a fish going to be named. And I'm going to let you pick which one. I don't know if you want to be a platy or a guppy, or do you want to be a cichlid? So take your choice on when you lay down and fall asleep, what kind of fish do you want to be? Susan says she's actually awake. I'm glad you're up. Yeah, so that is where I'm at with that. Also, shout out to Steve at Warrior Planet Tanks. He actually just sent over a box of goodies. I actually had the students unbox it. They were looking at it like, what? So that will be a video on my YouTube shortly. And kids say the darndest things. High school kids say a bunch of stuff. So trying to make sure that it was all in good. Yeah, just gonna have to see it. I taped it all, so you'll just have to see how it goes. But they were really excited about it, and that's what I was really looking for. I was looking for them not to know what any of the stuff was. I didn't know what half of it was. I had to call up Steve and ask him about it. Um, and they were pronouncing the words, and it was just like, well, Mr. Clark, what is this, man? I don't know. What's it say? Read it. Where do we put it? I don't know. Hey, just throw it in the tank. so that was real fun. So it's gonna be a great video to make. And I'm talking to you right now. I'm online. I'm talking about your box and the students. So I don't know if you want to jump on. Yeah, this is this is Warrior Planet right now. All right. Yeah, I'm speaking your good graces and you're not even here. So whatever. Okay, bet. All right, later. um yeah, so he has a wealth of knowledge on plants. If you've ever talked to him, if you ever looked at his channel, Warrior Planet Tanks, um, and he sent over a lot of stuff, man. I couldn't. Those kids were overwhelmed, which was the beautiful thing. So if they're overwhelmed about the plants, and there's so many different plants, wait till they get fish and figure out how many different fish there are. So um, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun journey, man. I think a lot of people are gonna learn a lot, mainly me. Um, and I just these students are the future of tanking, man. And these kids are 15, 16, maybe 14 if they're freshmen. But I'm going to put something. I'm going to put something up on my Instagram, like a little short, little clip video, and I'm going to freak it out. I think it's going to be pretty cool, but I think it'll grasp my journey from being into being a teacher for the last 15 years in the high schools, and going from that, my day to day, and how it doesn't stop with these students of mine, and trying to bring them into something that they'll be able to do, and it'll be pleasing. And I really I really kind of am doing it more than just for the fun of fish keeping for them. For the students, we have some suffering from ADD, ADHD. I myself was of course ADHD. If you haven't noticed yet, I really don't stop moving. So I'm up teaching and moving around, and they're up walking around. It's like it's a creative chaos in my room, and I love it because it's not the standard sit down whoop de whoop de wop. Um, I get it. A lot of teachers don't get it. A lot of teachers kind of want them to sit down and chill out and don't say nothing, or send you to the principal office. But I get it. I get it. I sat in those seats, and for me to be teaching at my old high school, I actually sat in those seats. I sat in those seats in this school. So Aquafunk made it in. Warrior Planet made it in after I talked to him and had to chew him out on the phone. Um, thanks for coming through. So yeah, I actually sat in those seats. I actually was one of those students that really couldn't sit down, and I had to be constantly doing something. And I've been keeping tanks for a long time. I suffer from a brain injury that causes seizures. It affects the right side of my brain, language skills, says Chewy. Oh, man, that's wild. Gnarly fish tanks, thanks for coming through. Wow, Chewy. Uh, so, um, Aqua, I'm glad you made it in. I've got to jump in on your stuff. Aqua is doing his big move that he has to do. I really need to catch up with you on that. But so yeah, so not only just because fish keeping is fun. So for a lot of students who are, they're already cool and they think maybe fish tanks are cool and their mom is going to allow them to have them and it's going to be all right. That's great. We want you. For those students that really just can't, they just want to do something, keep moving around and stuff like that. We definitely want you because we want to get you into a tank where you have fish that are constantly moving around to take your attention so that you can see what's going on. What's that right there? What's going on right there? Oh, what's he doing over there? Right? For students who have no idea that they love tanks until we show you how to love tanks, we want you because there's a whole world out here that you didn't even know about, and it's in a fish tank. For those creators, those students with creativity, we want to see what you can do aquascape wise. We want to see what you can make in there. Where does your mind go? They play what? Call of Duty, Minecraft. No. 11-year-olds play Minecraft. They play Fortnite, stuff like. Can you make a Fortnite motif, and dash it with some fish safe glue and place it in a tank so that these fish can actually Fortnite through the water. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, and see where that goes. Make it aesthetically pleasing. Students that have that mental health that needs to be restored. Something maybe as small as a fish tank that could help them not have to be on medication, or somewhere where they can kind of just go in their own little corner and feed their fish and look at their fish and talk to their fish, and they'll always be there for those students and those kids. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and I really just kind of was thinking about it, and I was like, look, the more these kids ask me about these tanks what I'm doing in the back, sometimes I'll go assign an assignment for them, and while they're working, I'll go and do a water change, and they'll be like, well, what are you doing? I was like, I gotta change the water. They need fresh water. Don't they just breathe the water that they are? Yeah, but it still has to be fresh, kiddo. You gotta have fresh water in there. Well, why don't you just pour it from the faucet in there? Well, the faucet water is not fish safe. You got to make it fish safe. So you got to pour this water conditioner in. Oh, so there it is, man. There it is. Got your fish coming too, says Warrior Planet. Here we go, baby. And we rolling. We rolling. I appreciate you, G. Like I said, Steve has sent over a big old box of stuff. You guys will find out what it is in the video. Steve, if I do this video right, is what you was looking for. Those kids tore into the box. They tore into the box, G. They were saying all kind of stuff. I was sitting there like, oh my God. Mr. Clark, what is this? I don't know. Read it. It says very I don't know. What do I do with it? Planet. I gotta put my hand in the tank. Well, let one of the boys put their hand in the tank if you want to get your hand wet. Can I just drop these balls in there? Yeah. Let's see what it does. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. All right, Aqua's out of here. I'll catch you later, G. Um, Suzanne, Chewy, aquariums are good for kids with seizures. I know that for a fact. That's awesome because the scariest thing is when this stuff goes on in your classroom. I just had a student to kind of seize out on me, and it was the scariest thing ever because I was just kind of sitting there. I was plugging in grades. The students were kind of finishing some work, and they were like, "Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter." I looked up, and she really wasn't seizuring, but she was just kind of like she was about to fall and faint out of her chair. And I said, "Oh my God!" Like in emergencies, I just jump into action, but I have to put away the fear and jump into action because I'm just like, "Oh, look, you go down to the nurse, get her quickly. You call the nurse and tell her that we need to get her up here if they can't get down there quick enough. Go over to the student, the closest students. Usually they really jump into the aid of their own, even if they're not friends. I've seen my students kind of have somebody else's back, like they'll go over and they'll fan her, and these kids are really resilient, man. I don't know, man. It's a lot of stuff there where you kind of like, man, these kids are nuts, man. They just come in here with all these problems and stuff like that. But then when they do stuff like that, you're like, man, these kids are actually all right. They really are. And they just kids, man. They just kids. They need some direction. So that's good to know, Chewy. That's good to know. Um, they need to get a fish tank instead of a gun. That's a fact. Yeah, Pestatics was cracking, man. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through. Um, what else did I want to add? Yesterday, today's Monday. Yesterday, we had an auction, the Missouri Aquarium Society. We had an auction, and I saw Science Gal Aquatics. She was there from Rolla, Missouri. And another guy came up to me and he was like, "Man, you're the biz. I figured you would be here." And his channel is called Just One More Fish. Just One More Fish. And we were chopping it up down there at the Mozzie, and they one was looking for killifish, the other was looking for, I forgot what she was looking for, but I have a vid coming out on that, so I had to go through peruse real quick, take a couple of shots, and get some video going, and it's pretty cool. It was definitely pretty cool. Miss Claybon, thank you. It's given to me. Somebody special. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through. You can use the emergency as a unifying measure and create your student fish family. Okay, Monica, I see you. All right. MASI, Mozzie, MASI, Susan, auction. And it was a one-day event, and it was pretty packed. It was pretty packed. I was happy to see quite a few people come out to the auction. Thanks, Aqua. Just one more fish. Can you throw Warrior Planet YouTube out there for me, please? So yeah, the auction was pretty cool. Aqua, you would like this. They had some marble angels there. A lot of them, actually. I got a few of them on the on tape, so I will definitely throw those in. Also, Aqua, I found that if you looked at my last video, I showed you that filter light combo. Filter, light, and what was the other part of it? It's a filter, it's a light, and a hood. Yeah, all in one. but it comes with the tank. So the lid, the filter, everything is just, it's all in one. So um yeah, the video it's like 750, and he said he can ship the whole tank to you. It's a 25-gallon tank. It looks real classy, G. So yeah. Um so the auction was pretty good, and I'll have that video out. I'll have the unboxing students video out, so I'll be pulling that out. I'll be doing a YouTube, I'm sorry, I'll be doing a Instagram vid, um and I'm about to freak it. I was just doing it earlier on my prep period, and it was coming out pretty cool, if I must say so myself. So I'm trying to build that little Instagram, uh, IGTV. I'm gonna try some of that too. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Uh, for my question at hand, though, I think I was in the I was in my LFS. If you looked at my last two videos, Blueface Baby. For those of you guys who might not know, Blueface is a young hip hop rapper, and he has Benjamin Franklin from the $100 bill tatted on his face, and of course the $100 bills are blue, so Blueface. So I called my video Blueface Cichlets, and I had a picture of him and a Blueface cichlid. And I did that because when I went into my LFS, I had given him OB Fry, which I had thought were pretty much all OB. And it turns out like 4 or 5 of them are actually like Blueface German. I don't know what to call these fish, but I want to say German. Here, I'm gonna let you guys see them in case you guys missed the vid. But if you haven't missed the vid, check it out. But it would be these guys here. Hopefully you guys can see them. So there go the blue faces. And they kind of colored up in the tank. And I think what I was trying to figure out was why do they color up extremely well in my tanks at home? And then when I get them to the LFS and I check them out, and it's just them in the tank. So like the same 4, they have colored down, I guess is what I want to say, but they've been in there for like a month or so. Shouldn't they kind of look like what they should look like? Like, shouldn't they look like they do in here? I'll show you another example. Look at my OBs. So those OBs color, they're popping. Hopefully you guys can see this because I'm not really looking. I probably should get on my phone, but look at that OB there. There. They're not running. You know what I'm saying? My fry ain't shy. I've told y'all that before. So they hopefully you're getting a good look at those. I can't look at the screen and look at it. Can y'all see that? Are y'all seeing this? Anyway, you guys can definitely check it out on the on my last few videos. But I've show those examples. The LFS ain't no place to chill, and the food is bare bones cheap stuff. Okay, Aqua. So okay, so people buy from the LFS. how am I going to get my OBs to pop and get bought out of the LFS so that the LFS could keep getting their OBs from me? Because, well, we saw the blue faces in there, and my contact at the LFS was kind of saying that, we don't put any real light on them back here. They just kind of like, and I guess you would have to for you to run a store like that and keep the costs low. So you maybe dim the lighting or probably don't put too much light. Okay, I could see that. But you kind of want your joints to pop. You know what I'm saying? So that people could be like, yo, that's a colorful one right there. I'll take that one. Especially when people are picking and choosing. Sell me those blue faces. Nice OBs, but not my slice of tea from Lake Malawi if I was doing the tank. All right, Chewy, give me your slice of tea from Lake Malawi. Let me see what you got popping. I do have a 40-gallon open. All right, bet. I'll hit you up, Aqua, after this. And Warrior, I'm going to hit you. You're going to probably hit me up anyway, G. And 3000 got me. Steve and Aqua might have the same idea. That's what's up. Get the store to do a special display and mention the students. You know what, Monica, me and you be laterally thinking, because that was like next on the list. Definitely next on the list. It needs to be a big tank. It's Chewy. Chewy's about to go. You about to go big on me, I already know. And Aqua says Monica is on it. So someone is feeling it. Someone is feeling it. What's I about to do? I was about to say something. So yeah, that was mainly what I was titling, because I had taken some photos, or I had taken video of them. I said, let's see what and in the other LFS, when I see them, they look like they do in my tank. And then when I was there, I was like, man, what happened? So what are the main reasons that your fish color pop? Just run them off. Let's run them off. What are the main reasons that make your fish color pop? And of course, this will be one of the topics that we discuss in the after school fish club, the aquarium club. So while I'm putting this curriculum together, I'm also trying to piece it kind of in order. So what is the best order to go in? And that's my only dilemma, where to start. So many things I want to chop in and see, but where to start is the only issue. Water chemistry, temperature, food, background, and proper lighting. Those are all important, because definitely water chemistry, temperature, and food. These fish definitely got to be in the temperature that they thrive in. Good food, 3000 says, is definitely proper. Background and proper lighting. Now, gnarly fish tanks. Background. By background, let me know what you mean, because I kind of put up a black background on my cichlids and a background on my OBs, just because I thought it looked kind of classy or stylish. I used to go buy the joints that you unroll and cut, and you could flip on. It's reversible, where one side looks like they swimming in volcanic ash or something, and the other side looks like they're swimming amongst jellyfishes or something like that. So what would be a good background? You take in your own tank in as a display for your fish only, and take care of it just like a product vendor. There it is. There it is. It's great. I have to talk to him about that. Food, water temp, lighting, tank environment, stocking, etc. So quite a few factors go into getting your fish color to pop. Customers will probably buy your fish if they know you're a teacher and it benefits students. How is your fish in life, Fishy Biz? Well, Brandon Weaver, it's not going so bad. Things are looking up. Fish are doing well. I've had some deaths, and I've given life to got Fry to keep it going. So, yeah, not too bad. So you hat, B. No, I love this hat. Color of substrate, lights, live food, aquatic nest. Thanks for coming through. No bullying. Malawi cichlids lose coloration when kept in softer water. Calgary water is like the Rift Valley, Vancouver is like a rainforest. Very good to know. That's very good to know. New Affy keepers forget about stocking ratios when they start out. Affys are gregarious, but not so much. Most fish at any big box or LFS never look as good as they do in a home tank. So if they do look good when you go buy them, then they'll look even better in your tank. Sounds cool. Oh yes, color of substrate will affect the fish's color of well. Oh, gnarly fish. Hey, explain that. So I have black sand substrate against a black background because I figured that my fish were colorful and they would pop. This little clownfish look like he's getting beat the hell up. You all right, little buddy? I got a lot of clowns in there. I cannot keep all those clowns in there. They get huge. Do your children like your tanks at home? My 2-year-old Monica comes up and says, "Big fish," and then he'll go over to the fry and he'll be baby fish. The 8-year-old, he'll come by and look at him for a hot second. My 11-year-old, he wants one and a tank, but that's complicated because of the way that we do our living situations. So I have to find a way, which means talking to his mother, which means might not happen, but he'll get one here. Slap a sticker on the tank that says Fishy Biz Homegrown. That's what's up. R.I.P. the fish that you have lost. I know, right? I know. Put it to you this way: wild discus can be kept in Vancouver water. They perish a big death in Calgary water. That sucks. Geology is part of biology and chemistry, says Chewy. This is true. This is true. All of it. It goes together, cyclical. A brighter, lighter fish will look better on dark substrate, and a darker fish will look better on light. Yeah, okay, I got that part. I understand that. Gnarly fish tanks got you. So, with everybody kind of knowing what parameters you need to get your fish to color the best, what one thing? Let's see, we name 5 different things, 6 different things. So you got to have water, or the water parameters, or the water chemistry. You got to have the temp in control. You had to have the background, the substrate, the food has to be up high quality and on point. The lighting has to be good to go. The pH Funk just added in. So out of all 7 of these things, if you didn't know these 7, what one? I guess you need all of them to merge hand in hand. But for those people who are beginning the tank, they don't test the pH. All often. They probably don't have LED lighting. Um, and they probably still like their fish, and their fish probably do look pretty decent to them. But for you guys that are so experienced that you guys know what these 7 different things are, what do you say to a person? Or what do you say? But what things could be off, but still give them a decent tank? Like what? I guess maybe I don't know. What do you think? What thing could be off and still get you a decent showing that is still fish will still thrive, still be alive, may not pop as the best that they should, but still have a good showing. What do you guys think? Fry. They're over there in that little breeder box. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you about something that I did that just was stupid. I messed up. Oh, I messed up. I'm sorry. I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, let me Euro could be your assistant. Maybe you can give them a weekly to-do list. Yeah, Monica. But it would have to be every other week, the way that we have things set up. Alien World Aquatics, thanks for coming through. Man, I've been trying to catch one of your streams and you go on super late. Well, probably not late for you. Y'all be some night owls. You is it Friday Fish Facts? No, it's no, y'all be on late, man. So is KH and DH. Number 1 is water conditions. So water conditions is number 1. 3000 says water conditions have to be on point. Water quality is the best thing you can do to get your fish right. There it is. Of course, it wouldn't be fish food because you can feed different types of fish food. I know that if they get used to a specific fish food, they'll sometimes won't eat that other stuff. Like since I feed them flakes, and I have been feeding them flakes for the longest, I try to give them some pellets, and they would pop them in, pop them back out. I guess if they were hungry enough, they would get them, but they were leaving them there too long for my comfort. So I put them back on what they were eating. Spit it out, biz, and speak from your heart. This is store use raw water. I don't know, Chewy. I have to ask. I want to say he has them all hooked up to the same. I have to go next time I'm in there. After, yeah. Full spectrum lighting is the key with daylight, white, and not the yellow white. 6,500K. See, and I just thought it was cool that I get this one that has all kind of different lighting. Like I could make this thing storm cloud if I wanted to. Where's the lighting? There it is. I can make it green, blue, red. Does this freak them out? I don't know. I don't know what it does. Demo. So yeah. I don't know. I don't even know the specs on the lighting. I just was like, hey, these lights are cool. Matter of fact, I actually got these from a guy who was giving up his tank, and he sold them to me for the low. So tell him it would shorten the lives of the fish if it doesn't have correct parameters. That way they do the water testing. Okay. I agree with that. Says Warrior. Most people forget the water quality is affected by stock volume. And that's also important. But how do you go about with that? Casey, you still here? Thanks. It's awesome. Stock volume. So yeah, so what do you say to the people and even the professionals who overstock and say that's the best way, to the people who get their stuff from Petco? And Petco, is always saying, inches, the inches per gallon, right? For whatever inch fish is the gallon that you need. And that's how many fish you can put in there. Poor fish are like, what? Let's get them back on. It's doubtful that LFS uses RO for all the tank in the store because of the water bill. Yeah. Roxana, thanks for coming through. Old school inch per gallon. Mm-hmm. If they are adapting it down to 7.4 on their system, it's kind of would look pretty bleached. Gnarly Fish Tank says you may have to overstock to combat aggression. And then we have the aggression piece. I just lost both of my big fish, my orange OB and my blueberry OB, which you guys know I was sick over. And I just lost a huge fluorescent out of this tank. And I actually feel like one of these big boys might go, which brings me to, I love buying fish that are nice size and colored up, because that's what you really want to see, because you can see that fish in your tank. The problem with that is, how old is that fish? And if these fish are given a shelf life of 10 years, 8 to 10 years maybe, for a fish to get that big and that beautiful and that pretty, how long has that person had that fish? And whoever that person got that fish from, how long did that person have it? You dig? Because I might be on the last 3 years of that fish's life. And like right now, I'm bragging on the fish and doing this, then the third, and whoopty whoopty wop, and not realizing that this fish, no matter what my parameters are, no matter what my food is, no matter what it could be stocked up. I come back to a fish that's gone, man. Which I know is the stuff that, it happens. It just sucks though. Like I'm just now realizing that, like I would go way out and go get 4 or 5 fish, nice size, beautiful, get them in the tank, have them several months, year, and they crap out on you. And I just now realized, after I started having my own fry, that it takes a minute for these fish to get to be that big and beautiful. And I guess that's some fish. I don't know. Obviously, other fish grow longer, or grow quicker. But these cichlids, these are now juvies, but these used to be my fries. And hell, they're 3 inches? It's been hellas. It seems like it's been a long time for them to get this size. You'd be like, whoa. So I'm glad that I'm trying my hand at different species. I'm love to see what these guppies and platies do. I know that they reproduce quite often. And I know that their shelf life isn't as long. But apparently you have so many of them because they just go at it. Like alley cat rabbits. Yeah, we'll work with that. And just go for it. Videotape at night to see if you can catch the culprit. However, once you remove one billy, a new one emerges, says Roxana, and that is true. And those two fish that died, my orange OB and my blueberry OB, were actually given to me by my partner B Dash. When he gave those fish to me, they were already that size, but both of them were bullying. So the blueberry was bullying the orange one. So he gave me the blueberry and put him in my tank. Then the orange one started bullying some of his newer and pretty fish. And he was like, dude, you just gonna need to take this one too. So wait a minute, you're gonna give me the bullies that were bullying your tank, and you're gonna have them put them both in mine so they could bully mine. And it actually worked in my tank. They were living, maybe they split it half and half or whatever. I don't know how it went, but it was some sort of hierarchy there that it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. The other fish are for aggression. But in any case, a tank can only hold what is made for: filtration, proper ratio, stock, and maintenance. Big facts. Damn, Biz, what you running in that tank behind you? The bubbles are going sideways. So I have a Penguin 350. I have a 110 Aqua Clear. I have two 40 plus sponge filters, and I just have a power head. That's why the power head's blowing that way. So that's why the bubbles are going there. I still feel like I could put some more sponge filters in there. More power. Oh. Remember that from who remembers that show? What show was that? I remember the name. What was the show? Oh. More power. It was a show about a show. Get it? I gotta show some love to Biz Black Jesus. I knew you would creep up in here, Fish Topic. What's cracking? Raise your own fish, Biz. Power feed them, jack the heat. Change water every day. Feed live brine shrimp. Fish Tropic comes in here killing. He comes in here killing, baby. Like the colors of the Cardinal testers, just pop in 6 point. When it is 6.0 water, you need some dither fish and a big ass filter. This will serve as a good life lesson for students as well. They will think about the welfare of the fish and put them first. Maybe your students should keep more peaceful fish at first. And that's why I set up the community tank, because I just had those Mbunas in there. And that's not where you want to start off. Also consider, once you get a tank where havoc occurring anymore, quit adding fish. Consider yourself lucky that the pecking order has been established. Yeah, it's very, very, very clean water. Thank you, Monica. Tim the Tool Man Taylor, Aquatic Nest, yes. And I asked for the show. Aquafunks gets the show. Home Improvement is correct. Fish Tropic Home Improvement is correct. Love that show. Yes. Yes. Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Well, you guys, as you can see, I have a lot going on. Amongst doing all this fish stuff, I do have a home life with children. And I do have a school life other than playing with tanks, which involves grading papers and calling parents. And I got a parent-teacher conference coming up, and oh my God, I think it's next week. Tomorrow, I think I got to turn in my grades and make sure they're all done. My kids are not doing well this semester. I don't know why. I think they're just, I have quite a few bad grades. They're just not doing, they don't, look, I can only help you so much. I got this, but you guys, they want me to just give them the answer. They just want me it's just gonna, hey, Mr. Clark, if I ask you 12 times what the answer is, you'll give it to me. Nope. Because no one's going to give you the answer in life. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to work it out. You're going to have to mess it up, and then you're going to have to figure it out again. Very seldom will you be able to get everything that you want when you want it. Real seldom. So, got to work for it, baby. Got to get it going. When my clients in the field wanted a Malawi reef, we always suggested dither tinfoil barbs. In the fish die, and we bring in the dithers. I got to look up the dithers. I've had barbs. But like I said, I've got a 40-gallon that is just itching to have some fish in it. I've been running the tank. It's cycled through. It's ready to go, baby. I just need to throw some fish in there, baby. But what fish to throw into the 40-gallon? Trying to figure it out. My daughter is a teacher, and the story she tells me, I feel your pain. Thank you, Roxana. Crystal's Pets and Plants. Thanks for coming through. If you all could share your ideas for any tank idea or any topic that needs to be put in my curriculum, go to fishybiz@gmail.com and share that with me. If you would like to donate, I have a Cash App. It is $DEEZSAL 45. And if you have PayPal, it is PayPal me / is it PayPal.me? I think it's PayPal.me at Fishy Biz Aquatics. So just throwing that in there. If you guys do care to do so, I am going to, like I said, get my about 15, 20 kids, try to get them tanks, the whole setup, filters, and also fish. So I'm looking for the fish in my classroom to actually be fish to send home with students at the end of the school year. So let me know your ideas. And if you have any information on what works, and I will do a I will put it in student-friendly language when I write it up, and I will keep it simple, stupid, but I will not take out the importance of it, if that makes sense. Students really like, the quick and easy to understand. If I could do diagrams, I definitely would, which I probably plan on doing, like show them pictures, something that they can just kind of like, ooh, okay, this is what I do. And I will definitely they will have a, almost like a trial period. I kind of want to have them graduate into fish keeping. And I think I'm going to call the series From Freshman to Fish Tanks. From Freshman to Fish Tanks. Mr. Clark's Classroom. I like that. Yeah, I think that's going to be cool. So yeah, let me know. Tell me something. Show them how to figure out the answer step by step. Children need help learning to solve problems. This is a fact. I might have some fish for you, Fishy Biz. Brandon, get at me, G. Let me know what's up. Careless fish, start a colony and escape it out. Teach them about native fish species and get the state involved. That is, yes. Show them my Instagram tanks designed by MLT. I definitely will, Monica. You guys might have some subscriptions and some followers coming, because I am going to definitely plug this stuff in. to a YouTube video, of course. Danikin Aquatics, thanks for coming through. YouTube videos are definitely going to be there. And we will be watching a lot of those in the after school sessions. Some of mine, some of you guys's. It's going to be, I think it's going to be great. Down the Wormhole, thanks for coming through. Black Jesus fish tanks. I got bread, some lima out. Big J's Fish Keeping, thank you, sir, for coming through. Yeah, so if you guys, like I said, ideas, fishybiz@gmail.com. If you guys have a video already basic, like I have a basic tank setup video, I got to actually rewatch it, but it was pretty quick and pretty simple. So I now, knowing what I know now, I'm trying to think, would I do anything different? But for a basic tank setup, if you're tanking on a budget for some of these students, I think I did that very simple. But if you guys have a basic tank setup, a basic, fish to choose, something like that, definitely email me or send me the link to your vid. It'll be, I can put it into the agenda of the day, the objectives for the day, to watch it, to subscribe to the channel, watch these different videos, come back, possibly having a better knowledge of what to do. Hopefully I can get some empty tanks where they can practice water changes, practice, throw the prime in there and stuff like that. So I have a bunch of plans in mind. So like I said, FishyBizAquatics@gmail for your ideas and everything else. For Cash App is $DEEZSAL45. And for PayPal, it's PayPal.me/FishyBizAquatics. Thank you guys for coming out on this Monday. I really appreciate you all. I love this initiative, and I love the support that you guys are giving me for these students in the high school. This is my fourth high school I've taught at, and I still have students following me from when I first started teaching when I was 23 that are grown now, that still follow me on Facebook, that I can still have connections in some of these other school districts, that I can kind of still get an initiative going there if this one works the way it should. And maybe this thing could just kind of catch fire, man. So I really appreciate all of your insight moving forward. So thanks again. And I think that's my time, man. I have got to get some rest so I can get up in the morning and get back to the grind, figure out what's going on. I've got videos to make. I've got Instagrams to check. I've got papers to grade, and I've got parents to talk to. And wait a minute, Fishy Piz, I am one of them. Danikin Aquatics, I appreciate you. Thank you all for coming through. Thank you to my mods for helping me out and plugging that stuff in. And I really appreciate you all. You already know what it is. Thank you for spending your Monday evening with the biz. All right. Be looking for those videos and everything else. And as always, get at me. All right. Y'all take it easy. Peace.